everyone, I'm Jessica from JewelryTutorialHQ.com and Bespangled Beads on Etsy.
In this video, I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks to show you how to figure out how much cord you need to start with when you're making knotted cord jewelry. There's nothing worse than running out of cord in the middle of a project, and if you do, there's not much you can do to fix it.
So hopefully this will help save you a little bit of heartache. The first tip is plan ahead. As much as possible, try and plan out your entire design before you even make your first knot. You want to plan out how long you want your finished piece to be. Decide how often you're going to make knots. Are you going to knot between each and every bead? Or are you going to make a pattern, knotting every third bead? You want to decide how you're going to finish the piece. Are you going to attach a clasp? Or are you going to want to make a sliding knot, for example? All of these things are going to help you figure out how much cord you need to start with. So, along those lines, number 2, determine your knot factor. Each material has what I call a knot factor. This is basically how much room each knot takes up, and it's going to be different for every material. So, a piece of 3mm leather is going to have a bigger knot factor than a piece of 1mm cotton cord or silk thread. So, to figure out your knot factor, what I do, start with a length, a nice even number, and a ruler with that nice even length. So I've got 8 inches. Make one knot and measure it again. So now I have 7 3/4 inches. That means my knot factor for this waxed linen cord that I like to use is 0.25 inches. That means every 4 knots is going to take up 1 inch of length off my cord that I start with. I also want you to keep in mind that the knot factor is not just a function of the material's diameter, but of the material itself. So I've got a 2mm cotton cord and a 2mm leather cord. They have different knot factors because the cotton cord will knot up nice and tightly, and the leather cord is a lot stiffer, so it doesn't make as tight a knot, so it takes up more space. So once you've planned out your design and you've figured out your knot factor, now you can do a little bit of math. I know, it's like a bad word, but it's going to help, I promise.
Sometimes it is nice to know exactly how much cord you need to start with. Say you're running low on your cord supply and you don't want to waste a single inch. But I'm not going to bore you and let you watch me do math in my head, so I'm going to put this part on the blog and you can read all about how I go about determining how much cord to use specifically.
There is a general rule of thumb if you don't care about wasting material, or you don't like doing math, or you just don't want to plan ahead. The general rule is, for a bracelet, you're going to start with a length of cord that's as long as your arm. So from your wrist to your armpit for a bracelet, and if it's a necklace, double that, 2 lengths of your arm. However, if you're working with a doubled over cord like you do sometimes when you're knotting pearl, then you're going to want to double those numbers again. So for a necklace, it would be 4 times the length of your arm, and for a bracelet, it would be 2 times the length of your arm. So that's it for my cord knotting tips and tricks. I will share with you in another couple of videos more specifics on pearl knotting techniques, as well as working with waxed linen cord, which is one of my favorite things to work with. I hope you found this video today useful, and I would love to hear from you if you have comments or questions, or if you'd like to share your top tips for knotting cord. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.